Hey everybody, it's On Screen Off Screen with Josh, Colin, and myself. We talk about stuff that we've seen throughout the week and how what we watch influences our life and what how our life influences what we watch. Um okay, so maybe I'll just run into this with Better Off Dead, Colin, because I do have
Okay.
so many questions.
Okay. So I wrote the strangest mixed bag of a movie I have ever seen. And I mean that. Most of the time, comedies, they're like a specific type of humor they're going for, and they stick with that humor. And if that humor works for you, the movie works for you. And if humor doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. Like, I hate Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite. I hate those movies. I think they're awful.
Don't
Um,
get me wrong.
Nacho has the one joke where the poop gets thrown in his face that does make me laugh. That's the only one. Napoleon has nothing, and that movie can burn in hell. This movie is like they didn't know which comedy they were going for. And there's times where I laughed a lot at this movie. And there are times where I'm like, what in the hell? So there's the bacon part. The bacon part you were talking about being funny. The bacon part is not funny. That is cringy as hell. So cringy. But then you have the I want my $2. That is hilarious. So good. Like, I genuinely love it. And he's like at the very end, he's riding off the cliff. I want my $2. I want my $2. I thought it was so funny. You have the Asian guys that pull up next to him, and he's like on the Asian announcer voices or the announcer voices because he learned English by listening to sports broadcasters. And he's like, two people, one car. It's awesome. Like, really, really funny. But then you have also all the cringy stuff with the next door neighbor and
Oh
like
yeah,
which I feel like this movie inspired what's her name? The girl who wrote Harry Potter.
J.K.
J.K.
Rowling.
Rowling.
J.K. Rowling, to make Harry Potter's family, because it is freaking remarkably similar to Harry Potter's family. And I think that there is a stolen credit that needs to be made for this movie for Harry Potter, because it is ridiculous similar. Anyway, um, most of that super, super cringe. But then
I
you
agree.
also have the romance between the French girl and our main character that I thought was really, really adorable and like very well done and super enjoyable. So like I have no idea how to rate this movie. I don't know because I literally would go from what the crap? Why is there like a dancing burger animated weird what the hell is this to going and laughing, and I genuinely like would feel bad that I was laughing at this movie that is full of stuff that is bad. I don't get it. I genuinely do not understand this movie. Um, and he backs through the back of the garage door, and I was like, that was funny. And I don't know how to rate this movie. I think the acting at times is really good, and at times is bad. Like, it is like they got multiple directors and multiple writers, and like, we're gonna have you write this scene and this section of the movie, and then we're not gonna have you read the script. Like, genuinely what's supposed to happen, but we're not gonna have you read the script, and then you're gonna do this next part of the movie. And I like these directors and these writers, and I don't like these directors and these writers. I, I don't get it. I don't know what rating to give this movie. I don't know.
I think the reason why I like this movie is because it's so chaotic and you really just don't have to care about where it's going.
It's wild, and I hate the friend, but the friend also has one moment at the very end when he's trying to like push. He's gonna push the friend off. He's gonna push the main guy off the hill, where he says something. I can't even remember what it was, but it genuinely made me laugh. And I was like, I've hated you this entire movie, and you made me laugh. What the hell is this movie?
Is that when he's telling him how to ski and giving him a tip on how to
Yes,
ski?
so
You go
funny.
straight down that way, and if something gets in your way, turn.
That was funny. I liked that.
That's whenever I'm teaching somebody to ski, that's what I say.
Yeah, that was really good. Like, genuinely laughed. But then in the rest of the movie, I was like, I hate you. I hate you so much.
There's like a lot of dark comedy too in this show.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was your cup of tea or not, because I
So,
think those part are hilarious.
some of those worked for me really, really well,
Uh,
honestly.
and
So
then there's one, and I'm gonna get the quote wrong, but when somebody like comes to the door and he's like trying to explain that they're like in a crisis, and he's like something about his grandma crashed a bus full of penguins, so it's kind of he's kind of in a family crisis right now or something like that, trying to make up some excuse so that somebody doesn't come into the house.
yeah, it's the $2 guy,
Yeah.
the $2 kid. I
Yeah.
want my $2.
And he
Yeah,
just pops up randomly everywhere, which I think is hilarious.
everywhere. The car thing surprised me where he's on top of the car, and I thought it was so funny. He's like just pounding on top of the car. I want my $2. I loved the $2 kid. Genuinely loved him. I would
Yeah.
rewatch just the scenes with the $2 kid because I think it was great. I think it was great. But yeah, I don't. I want to simultaneously give this movie an 8 and a 2.
So what are you actually going to give it?
I don't. I
You
don't
have to
know.
decide. You have to give it a rating. It's the law.
It's the law. We're calling the
I'll
cops right now if you don't.
I'll average up because I would watch this definitely over Black Panther. I guess I'm giving it a 6. I guess I don't know how to rate this movie.
I'm glad I confused you so hard.
There's no other comedy where I'm like I can't think of another movie that is so bipolar in how much I liked and hated
Well,
it.
see, you got to know me a little bit better because I am also bipolar.
I don't know. Hardest. This is the hardest movie to give a rating to that I've ever watched. Easily. Like Monty Python has some dumb stuff, but I was never like I hate this. There's just parts where I'm like, it's kind of dumb, along with parts that I think are golden and extremely funny. This have parts where I like actively was like, this is terrible, with stuff that I'm like, this is genius. I don't know.
All right. Well, since we're going with a 6, I guess we'll go on to Josh, your topic. I want to hear about Peaky Blinders, episode 1.
Yeah, so this is the one that was recommended to me because of Mobland, and searching online, everybody's like, Mobland is not as good as Peaky Blinders, but it's the next best thing kind of
Yeah.
comments. And that's what I brought up, and Conlon was like, yeah, watch Peaky Blinders, it's great. I'm only the first episode in, so I really cannot judge the show as a whole. Right now, Mobland is way better. If I just opening one episode to one episode, I was way more invested in Mobland right off the bat. However, I am biased because I love, love, love. What's his name? Plays Venom?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy's in Peaky Blinders.
I know.
Okay.
Not yet. He's
Like
not
I
in
haven't
the first
seen him yet,
episode.
so it sucks.
Like,
It's not a
as soon
bad
as he
show.
gets in the show, amazing.
It's not a bad show. I really liked the introduction to our main character. He rides in on that black horse. I thought that was really, really cool. I also think that they just spent way too much time waiting for the girl to blow the red stuff on the horse. Like, you sit there for like 45 seconds and it's just music and nothing is happening. And I'm like, this is a show, right? Like,
Entertain me.
we've got a limited amount of time here, and you're spending almost a minute on this. It's interesting. Um, the characters are all well thought out. Uh, I haven't caught anything that's like, okay, this is clearly just like a side character with no real personality. Every character is doing a really great job. Um, The accents are hit and miss. I think some people do the Industrial Revolution thing really well. Um, I think some of the side characters are overdoing it, but it's not so jarring. It's more like
Could be better.
you could not force that quite as much, and I think you do a better job. But yeah, that's it. That's all I really have to say at this point. It's pretty good. If I had to compare just like the first episode to first episode, Mobland is just much more efficient and handles my ADHD better. So I think Mobland is better.
I've watched the first half of season 1 of Mobland so far, and I think it starts off a little bit. I think it starts off better too. I would agree with that. But
Yeah.
they're both very good shows.
I was just realizing that I was playing Spiritfarer while I was watching this series. And then I got into it and put down Spiritfarer after a while. So it's probably why I don't remember the hand thing that you were talking about. But I do really like the opening song that they use for it for the
The music in this is exceptional. I couldn't
Right.
tell you what Mobland's music is. This one's very distinctive. It's very, very good.
hmm I feel like sometimes if a movie has really good music, I can forgive almost anything in the movie
I'm
if
the
it's
opposite.
music. 'Cause-
Music doesn't forgive anything for me. Look at Interstellar. That movie sucks, but it's got a great score. Um,
Just highlights something that's already good.
yeah. Uh, so yeah, I'm interested. Uh, right now, I would give it like a 7 out of 10. It's a show that it's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Don't think I'll ever rewatch it at this point though. If it picks up and gets better, that could obviously change. But as for just like the first episode, that's where I'm at with it.
Fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All
I
right.
do think that I mean you've only watched the first episode, so it's hard to compare. From what I've seen so far, Tom Hardy is not as good. Like Tom Hardy is great in this show. In the other one, he's really really good. But what's his name in Peaky Blinders is freaking phenomenal. Like so damn good.
So far, they're the same.
Killian Murphy?
Cillian Murphy, yes. Cillian Murphy is excellent in that show.
Oh.
For real. Like he deserves all the credit he's gotten. He's excellent. Anyway,
I
you can keep going.
All right. Well, with all that, then we'll go to my topic. I watched Warhorse. It has, I don't know if this is one that like a lot of people have seen. I just remember I worked at the theater in my small town. Like, it's a very small theater, and it's the only thing you could do in my small town of like 1,000 people. So, and it was only 1,000 people in the summer. So that was when we had more people in town. um, we had like Warhorse, and I remember everybody like going to it, and we were all obsessed. But when I talk to other people about this movie, a lot of people I feel like haven't seen it. So I'll
I
kind of.
haven't.
Oh, really? That's a good one. It actually has a pretty star-studded cast as well. It has. Well, I think they actually were in this before they got big. It has. Who's Doctor Strange? Bumbercatch, whoever. Benedict Cumberbatch. There we go.
Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch. Tom Hiddleston. But it starts out with like this boy in the countryside, and it's talking about World War I. And it starts out with this boy in the countryside who raises this horse, but then World War I happens, and they have to like sell the horse off because their farm isn't doing well. And so it follows the horse in this journey of like going out, and he's in the cavalry, and the soldier that bought the horse like takes really good care, and as Tom Hiddleston is taking really good care of the horse. He doesn't make it. The horse goes on. I think at this point, like the horse ends up on another farm, um, and like this little girl starts like taking care of the horse, but then troops move in and take the horses into to start working. It was like pulling. I can't remember what it was. They're like made them work horses, and they would go through horses really quickly. And it's like really interesting. Of like, I didn't realize like back in the day, it's literal horsepower that they had to use to get stuff done because they didn't have like all this machinery and stuff. And so like horses were what's that called, a resource, and like a dwindling resource in World War I. But then of course this horse gets free and ends up in no man's land, and there's like these two soldiers, one on each side, and they're like, they see the horse, and they're both like, we want the horse. So they throw up like the white flags, and they go out in there, they free the horse. But and they end up tossing like a coin for the horse because like, well, we both freed it, and like we both want this horse. And then it ends up going to the back with this British soldier, uh and then you find out that the boy who had to like sell his horse is one of the people in the trenches, and like the horse was hurt so bad that they were going to put it down, but then the boy like finds his horse, and they get like reunited, and they get to go back to their farm, and everything's all hunky-dory. But yeah, I really like this. It has like a lot of beautiful scenes in this. Like the cinematography of this movie is really good, and I really liked how they like put everything together, like the cuts and things, because it's interesting working with animals in cinema, because there's like a line of like having so much budget to put CGI in for animals, and then having them trained and things. And I feel like this one was mostly, this horse was just trained. I didn't look that up, but I should, because it was a really pretty movie. A really let's see. Yeah, it like I just kind of the same thing with PAX. I love when shows or like books show war through different perspectives, instead of like the one that you're used to. Uh, I'm just a fan of seeing different perspectives of things that you feel like you have a strong hold on or belief of, and then people are like, oh, we'll take it from this point of view or whatever. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I never thought of it that way. Because like you only really see the world through your own view. So I love seeing perspectives from seeing things from different perspectives. And so yeah, I think I'd probably give this movie a 7, because I'm not super into horror movies, but this, it was like really, I had like goosebumps a couple of times in this movie, and the cinematography was great. I mean, can't go wrong with Tom Hiddleston, so 7.
Nice, I like it. That's awesome. Do you have a favorite horse movie? We've been talking about horse movies more than I thought we would talk about horse movies. Do you have a favorite horse movie?
What are you talking about?
Josh, I made fun of his shirt, but now I feel like his shirt is perfect for this episode. This series of episodes.
What do you guys?
Horse movies. And like Josh's next topic, freaking gay with horses. What do you have a favorite horse movie?
It would probably be Spirit, which I talked about last.
Okay. And I'm just looking at the notes. We're not going to say anything yet, but for next episode, she has another horse movie. She was on a horse movie kick this
I don't know
week.
what you're talking about.
I don't know either. We'll find out later. Big mystery. Woo!
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Spirit's a good one. Spirit is a solid freaking horse movie. I haven't seen that many horse movies. I should watch more. I was
Yes,
gonna
you should.
say, if you like movies from different perspectives or books, you should absolutely read the Poppy War. Absolutely, for sure. It's a fantasy book, but it's written from an Asian perspective and with Asian heritage, and it is fantastic. I am not going to say it's going to be the lightest book you ever read, but it's very, 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 very good. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah.
What's next on the horse agenda? What else do you got?
Yeah, Josh, what's next on our horse agenda?
So I booted back into Red Dead Redemption 2 because after last week, the overrated, underrated stuff, this one was on my mind a lot because I really wanted to put it in my overrated list because people think
Interesting.
this is the greatest thing ever. And they talk about it being one of the most beautiful games ever. And I don't even think it's a top 10 most beautiful game. Maybe not even like a top 50. I really don't see anything special graphically. I don't think the story is that great. I think you spend way too much time wandering around. I think it's way too easy to have your horse killed and you have to walk to the next town.
That's the real shame of it. That's why he doesn't like the game.
The
Because
walk
the
of
horses
shame.
die. The horses die.
Well, like, I was doing a mission, right? And it's way out in butt town nowhere. And I get off my horse like half a mile out and I have to walk in. And then my horse charged in and got shot. And so I had to walk all the way back to the town. I'm like, this is stupid. However, that being said, the set pieces with it and the like scripted events are exceptional. You get the music and you're on a horse and you're charging up the hill and you're shooting all the bandits, or you're assaulting the plantation mansion with the fog, and you're strolling in on your horses as a group, and you'll light your torches, and you're just slowly going. Like, the scripted parts are so good that I'm like, I can't say it's overrated because, like, even I am like, this is amazing. And as we talked in our last episode, I don't really like Western setting very much. But this is, at times, very, very good.
It's funny because I actually was able to talk with one of the people who he got hired by Rockstar, which is the people who did the animation. And it was funny because he got hired on by them because he specifically said he loved the animation of like when the guy comes into the saloon doors and he like throws it open and he's like, I just loved that scene so much. And the person who was interviewing him had animated that scene and he's like, you're hired.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
The animation is great. The attention to detail in this game is phenomenal. I don't think anybody can argue that. Like, they do so many small little things.
They do.
I watched a TikTok and it was like, there's not just an animation of a guy chopping wood infinitely. He like grabs wood, takes it over to the chopping station, chops the wood, bundles it together, and takes it over to the fire and literally sees it stack. It's like that level of detail is incredible.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't think this game is worth spending the time to watch that. So to the people who figured it out, like, great for you. Like, that's really, really cool.
I'm logging on right now to watch that guy chop wood.
Lauren, honestly, I bet you would love this game.
Probably.
Absolutely love it.
I mean, horses,
you
right?
can own horses and you can ride them around. and you can build your camp and you can design it.
Ooh,
And
actually,
I'm sure that there
sounds
are mods
great.
that will let you build a house and all of the things. Uh, I still haven't beat the game. I don't know if I ever will, just because I think the in between is not very
Very
good.
long. It's just a very big game. It would be better if it was shorter. If it was more linear, I would actually like it better. But the thing that people
Yeah,
love about it is the world and how realistic it feels. But the world is just big and long.
yeah.
That sounds great.
Okay, I'm gonna get on a horse and I'm gonna ride it for 20 minutes to the
This
next
sounds
town
like
over.
my heaven.
You
And
would
it doesn't
probably
even
enjoy
do
it.
the Witcher thing where you can like have it auto do it.
I wish it did that so bad.
Yeah. It will stay. You can have it auto, but if there's like a turn, it won't take the turn.
Mm.
Mm,
So it's
Or
close, but
Witcher,
it's
you
not the
just
same.
follow the path and it will run along the path,
yeah,
which is
Breath of the
nice.
Wild does that. I'll follow the path.
Yeah, it's nice. It should be in every game. Every open world
Every
game should
open
have
world
that.
game, yeah.
Should have that for sure. It's
I agree.
just
I
a
agree.
good thing.
All right. So, did you rate this already, Josh?
I would have given it like a 6.5 out of 10 because I really hate the in between scripted moments. I'll bump it up to a 7.5 just because like the scripted moments really are amazing.
Okay,
Good
that's
enough.
a big bump.
A point.
A point.
That's a big bump.
It could have been a half. All
Dang.
right. So we'll go. That's okay. Yeah. So on to our shared topic. I want to eat your pancreas. Josh, what were your thoughts?
Another one for the record that I was not a part of picking. We can thank Conlon for choosing this specific topic. I would love to know why Conlon picked this topic. I'm sure we'll hear. Uh, this is just a big old sad hour and a half, hour and 45, whatever it is, that is just gosh darn depressing the entire way through. Uh, if you are in a mood where you're like, I just want to feel sad, and you don't want to watch A Walk to Remember or Fault in Our Stars, this is a great option for you. But I was not expecting sad. So I turned it on and I was like, wow, this is a bummer. That's what I have to say about this movie. I didn't look into it. I had no idea what to expect. The entire thing is just sad.
It was sold to us as a cute love story. Just gonna throw that out there. We were told that this was a
It
cute
is
love
not a
story.
cute love story. It is a bummer. Um, it's probably better than Fault in Our Stars by a little bit. It's not as good as Walk to Remember.
I need to watch that. I haven't seen that one.
Well, if you're in the
I
mood
agree with that.
to be bummed out,
I'm not.
it's a bummer. The difference is like there's good positive messaging to the other two movies, Walk to Remember and Fault in Our Stars. They try and do more than just bum you out the entire time. Um, there's actual like character growth and change, and
I mean, the guy
yeah,
goes from being like depressed and sad and not caring about anything to happy in
being
his life.
depressed and sad and grief stricken.
He's grief
Oh
stricken,
boy!
but he's deciding to try with his life and make a better life and
He
all that
went
good
from
stuff.
being alone and sad to being a loner and sad.
Exactly. Like I'd have to see more to say he actually changed his way of
That's fair.
thinking or way of life. Like when somebody dies, you do some crazy stuff, but it doesn't mean you changed. Like he
But
tries one thing.
he changes before she dies.
Yeah,
No,
he does
he
start
Yes,
talking to other people.
he starts talking to other people and connecting and trying to live life, and then he thinks he has some more time with her, and he literally invites her to whatever it was. I don't remember what it's like soup or a restaurant or something, and she never comes to the restaurant, and he sees on the news that somebody's been stabbed, and you figure out that it's her, which by the way is a fantastic scene because they don't say it's her. They just say somebody was stabbed, and he goes out depressed and then collapses on the stairway, which was very, very human and very, very real. I'm just gonna go into my review, Lauren, since
Yeah.
we're already doing this.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I heard that this was one of the greatest romances of all time with anime, which I don't know if I would call it that, to be completely honest. I
because it's
didn't
not
know
that.
I didn't know it was this sad either. I didn't know.
No, but even talking about great anime romances, right? Like both of you love Your Name and
I
Weathering with
Yes,
You
I
and
like both of
Howl's
those
Moving
better than this.
Castles and like
I don't like that one, but I
this
like the
one
other one.
is not even
Rude.
close to any of those.
It's
Yeah.
very, very, very different for sure. Yes, absolutely. Was not what I expected either.
And hold on,
Yes,
it's not even a romance. That's kind of the point. They're
it's a
both like, I like them,
friendship.
but not romantically.
Yeah, it's not a romance at all, so it shouldn't be rated as one of the best romances because it's not really a
Yeah.
romance. I agree with all of that completely. Um, I also think I would have liked the Japanese voiced better than I liked this version because I don't think the English translators honestly do that good of a job. There were, especially with the main girl, there were times where the main girl was like very anime girl and bugged me, to be honest.
I
Like,
I'm on the opposite side. I think the dub was the only way to watch it. By the way, I
oh,
watched half of it in Japanese and half of it in English.
I didn't. Um, anyway, the animation I think is pretty solid. The, I think the first half is kind of slow, to be honest. And I think I would have maybe liked this better if I hadn't watched Your Lie in April already, which has kind of a similar idea of a plot, but is just way, 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 way better. Um, so there's parts of this movie that work for me. I do can like the characters. I think the animation is good. I think the music is actually quite good. Um, and I like the fact that she dies in a kind of completely out of nowhere way. I think the second half of the movie is significantly better than the first. But Your Lie in April exists, and it's so much better than this. Like, so much better. Um, and so will I ever watch this again? No, because I would rather just watch Your Lie in April again for the fourth time.
Your Lie in April is like a whole show, though.
That's true. Like if this is a compact
This
version of
is a
that,
movie.
that's fair. That is fair. But yeah, I don't know.
As for her dying in an unexpected way, I saw that coming because that's what all of these movies do.
Most of them have them still die from cancer. Oh, and from your topic earlier, I watched
Fault in Our Stars.
I guess it's true. Fault in Your Stars. I was gonna say I don't like that movie at all. Not even a little bit. I actively dislike that movie. This is way better than that. Um, A Walk to Remember is better than this movie. Like significantly better than this movie. This one is like 6.5 to me. There's parts of it that are really good, but there's a lot of it that kind of drags. And the part with where she's trying to seduce him and then he grabs her is super cringe.
I wouldn't say cringe. I think that's the wrong word. It is very uncomfortable
Yeah.
and creepy, but like, I wouldn't say cringe because I wasn't like, ugh. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
please stop this scene. This is no, please don't do this.
Yeah. That's my only note that I wrote on here was I hated the prank scene. It wasn't needed.
Yeah, I didn't like either. Like, it's not. I'm just blaming him. I don't like either of their reactions in that scene.
Same.
Like
Yeah.
both of them are bad.
Yeah. Because,
It's
like,
also bad when they go back to it.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like it doesn't help the scene at all. It's like, oh yeah, that scene exists and now it's worse.
Yeah. Because, like, I feel like they were trying to use that scene as, like, they're not romantic. And then I was like, that, no. You didn't need that scene.
No.
Um, yeah. I like, I think because they were, well, I think they were, like, trying to be, like, deep about, like, the blossoms or whatever. And it just made me kind of laugh when she was explaining how, cherry blossoms bloom in the spring. And I was like, what doesn't bloom in the spring? she's like, they know exactly when to blossom. And I was like, so does every other plant. They're not special.
Literally, the point of the end of the movie is she's like, I thought I was like every other high school student, but really I'm special, and it's not just because I was dying. And Lauren, her review is like, you're just a basic bitch.
It made me laugh so hard when she's like trying to be all deep about the cherry blossom. But yeah, I like, yeah, I don't know if I'm like I'm not mad that I watched it, but I don't care that I watched it.
Did it make you emotional ever at all?
Yeah, it made me pissed off that she got stabbed.
You weren't bummed out the whole time? The
I
whole
was
thing wasn't
bummed.
just sad and depressing to you?
Um, like the end half was depressing to me. The first half was like it was I was so distracted by his jaw. Because in the animation it was like it would like stick out way more and then it wouldn't stick out as much, so I like just was like focused, like hyper focused on his jaw and seeing how much they could move this kid's jaw. But so I was distracted the first half, so I wasn't as bummed.
I found this movie kind of weird. I don't know if it's a Japanese thing, but like in American romances, sometimes you'll have like the brooding guy, right? Who's just brooding and the girl has to change him and make him more friendly. But in this one, he's just like a loser who's scrawny and little and she would have no interest in hanging out with him. But at the end, she's like, he was really, really fun. How? We didn't see that he was fun at all. He just seems like somebody that would suck to be around. And with Your Lie in April, yeah, the guy has kind of some similar personality traits. Like he's a loner, he wants to be away from people. But you can see some traits for why you would want to be around this kid, why he's interesting. Him, I'm like, until he decides that he wants to go and talk to people, he just kind of sucks. So why would you want to be around him? And I've seen other Asian anime type shows where you have this guy who's like the loner guy or whatever, but that's not appealing. So why would you make characters that aren't appealing to your target demographic, which is women who are going to watch a romance or something like this show? Like we're talking about it, but that's your target demographic. Why would you do that? I don't get it. But people love this movie. It's rated very, very highly. I don't get it.
I think it's just the savior complex.
Okay.
It's just that she is saving him from himself.
And that's it.
And that's it. Just like all of them, right? In fact, in the other ones, the guys are not just brooding, they're like terrible human beings.
That does happen sometimes too.
It's like, but I brought him out of his shell. You're right. You've created more victims.
You
Where in
created a
this one,
monster.
it's like he's just a kind of like loser guy. I wasn't as bothered by the first half of it as you guys. To me, it was just like him making some complaint or being depressing, which was the giveaway that she was going to die earlier than expected, because the first half was all just about like, hey, feel bad for this guy. And her, look how hard she's trying to cheer him up or make him laugh or do something witty or whatever. And some of those lines, I was even like, that would be funny if we weren't just immediately like depressing comment or depressing comment leading up to it or whatever.
I agree with that, but I also just like have to buy the character. And yes, there's the I don't know. She's supposed to this pretty girl, and he's this loser who doesn't have a lot of friends. All of a sudden, this pretty girl is super interested in you, and is like the most obvious flirtation, just throwing herself. I'm naked in the shower. You're a teenage boy. If you're the most depressed person, I don't care. You're gonna be like, pretty girl. Wow, you're a teenage boy, and maybe there's some exceptions, but the amount of exceptions are just so small. So even in that scenario, I'm like, I don't believe this. You've got a girl who's like, I'm naked in the shower. Let's play truth or dare. You're not an imbecile. Like, it is the most obvious thing in the world that this girl is throwing herself at you. What I don't know.
I'll argue with you on that. There's lots of guys who just are so depressed that they, even if it does happen, they wouldn't see it. And just like in the show, he thinks, maybe she is, but I'm me, so probably not. That happens all the time.
I guess. Yeah, I could see that.
Like, I buy him as a character. I just also agree with you that there's not enough redeeming qualities for us to feel bad for him in the end, or for me to, like, see a reason to root for him throughout.
Yeah. I would say I did like the thing of like his monologue of saying like how much she meant to him and like how he wants to be more like her, and like he typed it all out and then he's like, I want to eat your pancreas. And then her saying that back to him without like them knowing that like they both had the same meaning for that word. I did really like that part of the movie.
Good. I hated that part.
You hated it? Why? Yeah. Explain yourself.
I was like, this is still just weird. I was happy that they dropped this whole eating people thing at the beginning of the movie, and then they brought it back at the end, and I was like, ugh, oh my gosh.
I thought it was like a cute, quirky way of being like, this, I know you.
Inside joke kind of a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. I get that that's what it is. I like that. It's just still about eating people, and for me, it's kind of a deal breaker. Just personally,
no Jeffrey Dahmer party over
I'm
here.
I'm okay with it.
All right. Did we all rate it?
Colin gave it a 6.5.
0.5.
Lauren, what did you give it?
I kind of want to drop it to a 6 because I just complained a lot. I don't know, somewhere around there.
I'll give it a 6 from a 6.5.
Yeah. I think I want to drop to a 6.
Okay, drop it to a 6.
I'm trying to decide if I wanted to watch Black Panther this again. Okay, 5.5.
Okay. Surprising. Josh? I'm the most positive person on this. I'm giving it a 7.5.
Wow.
I love sad movies. I love Fault in Our Stars. I know it has problems. I know it's not the best. I love A Walk to Remember. I would give A Walk to Remember like a 9 out of 10.
I would give like an 8.5. It's a great movie.
Yeah. Honestly, like this might be an 8.5 if I wasn't so thrown that it was a sad movie.
Okay.
Because again, I was not expecting sad movie, and I was in a fairly good mood going into it, so I was quite thrown at the just like bummerness of it. But like I would easily rewatch this over Black Panther. A, it's like an hour shorter. B, the animation's really good. C, it's like what we're complaining about is fairly nitpicky. And like, if you just take it for what it is and enjoy it, I think it's pretty good. It's not the best.
Okay,
It's not the worst.
but pretty
Let's
good.
say I think why I was harsh on it was one, it kept buffering a lot for me. So I think I kept getting pulled out of it and having to get back in. And I kind of already knew that it was a sad movie. Um, so I wasn't blindsided by that. And I think I kind of didn't like I think it's this TikToker that's ruined movies like this for me. Which is like every movie that's like this, where they have like the terminally ill person who's either very pessimistic or very optimistic. And I was like, she nailed it because there was like a lot of things that this character did that the TikToker did, and I was like, has she ruined these movies for me? Because now I'm like thinking back, I'm like, I think that watching that TikTok has ruined these movies for me because I think that's why I was so harsh with this movie. Because I'm not against sad movies, but for whatever, this one didn't do much for me.
I probably would have been closer to a 7, but I really didn't like the hold down scene, kind of like at all. Like it took a chunk from my score, that scene for me.
That's fair.
The
That's totally fair.
prank scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
also I would have rated it a lot higher if it didn't have that scene in it.
I didn't like
No,
it. Anyway,
that's totally fair.
so Josh is our optimistic one this week. That's fantastic.
I know.
That's fantastic. That makes me happy. I someday will be our optimistic one. I don't know when, but it'll happen.
Let's try to make it this next episode.
Oh, I'm looking at it, and I think that it might be. It might be. Let's go.
All right, with that, try to watch some happy things this week. We'll see you later. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.